Welcome to my Rica case study presentation. This is my case study student. He is an 8-year-old boy in 2nd grade. The 3 areas of reading that I chose to assess are fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. For fluency, I used Dibble's ORF. For vocabulary and reading comprehension, I chose Jennings' IRI. I was eager to see if I can identify his reading strengths and weaknesses. On the fluency assessment, the student read 162 words in 1 minute, and he read them all correctly. That is far above the 2nd grade goal of 96 words correct per minute. Fluency is definitely a strength for this student. For the vocabulary assessment, the student was asked to use the 25 2nd grade words, each in a sentence. He used 24 of them correctly, missing just the word close. So I thought his vocabulary may not be as strong as his fluency. Just to check, I gave him the 3rd grade word list to use in sentences. He scored 100%. Well, then I got curious, just how strong is his vocabulary? So I gave him the 4th grade word list. He got 92%. Clearly, vocabulary is also an area of strength for this 2nd grader. In the comprehension assessment, the student scored 100% on the 2nd grade story. So I had him read the 3rd grade story, and he answered all of the comprehension questions correctly again. I wanted to give him the 4th grade story right away, but I knew it had to wait. A few days later, I gave him the 4th grade assessment, and he missed half a point on a literal question and a half a point on an inferential question. So then I gave him the 5th grade assessment. He answered all of those questions correctly. It seems that comprehension is also an area of strength for this student. Since this student is already a fluent reader, I chose instructional activities that focus on expanding vocabulary and comprehension so the student can continue to grow in reading. The first instructional activity is teaching more suffixes. One of the 2 4th grade words he missed was national. He knew what nation meant, he just needed to learn the suffix all to be able to figure out the meaning of national. For his lesson on suffixes, I would explain the meaning of all and perhaps one other suffix like ness. Then I would model the use of nation versus national and happy versus happiness. We would read a passage together to find words with these suffixes, and we would discuss these words. After that, the student can write a few of his own sentences using the suffixes. These activities engage the student in listening to, reading, and writing the new suffixes that is being taught. All of this helps him remember the definitions of these new suffixes. By learning the suffix all, the student not only learned the meaning of national, but he will also be able to figure out words like historical or magical. And learning the suffix ness will also help him figure out many new words. He gets better at morphemic analysis, and his vocabulary grows. The second instructional activity is teaching the student how to summarize using paragraph shrinking. First, I would explain the process. Identify the main subject, find the most important information about the subject, and shrink them into a main idea statement. Using a book at the student's independent reading level, I would model summarizing the first page by thinking aloud. We'll do the 2nd page together, then he can try the 3rd page on his own. This structure is based on the gradual release of responsibility model. As the student reads books written for higher grade levels, the text will become longer and more complex. He will need to be skillful at summarizing while he reads so that his comprehension will remain strong even with longer and more difficult text. In summary, this 2nd grader can read fluently and has above grade level vocabulary and comprehension skills. With lessons on morphemic analysis like suffixes and lessons on summarizing like paragraph shrinking, this student can continue to grow in reading. Thanks for watching.
Created using Powtoon.